Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim. I love to swim. Hi guys. Today's story is all about fish. Not these particular fish. These are Buddy's chew toy fish, so I think you might want them back.
Oh yeah, I would quite like my fish back, thank you.
Now, I don't know if you like fish as much as Buddy, but today's story is all about people who actually caught fish for a living and how Jesus tells them that they're gonna not catch fish anymore, but catch people. Now that sounds kind of scary, catching people, but it's more about catching people's hearts and catching people's love for God. So, without much further ado, let's head over to our story Bible to hear all about it.
The disciples. Jesus told everyone he met, "Repent, stop the bad things you're doing, and start doing good." One day, Jesus was at the seashore, and a crowd gathered to listen to hear what he had to say. Jesus hopped onto a fishing boat so more people could see and hear him. "Thanks for letting me use your boat," Jesus said. Then he said to the fishing brothers Simon and Andrew, "I want to thank you with lots of fish. Throw out your nets." "We'll try," they sighed. Simon and Andrew put their nets into the water. "But we fished all night and caught absolutely nothing," they explained to Jesus. Suddenly, they felt their nets tug. They were overflowing with fish. Rip, pop, snap! The nets were so full that they were breaking. The brothers pulled in so many fish that their boat started to sink. "Help!" they called to their friends in another boat. "We have too many fish!" James and John rushed to their rescue. The weight of the fish almost took their boat under too. They knew that their new friend Jesus must be someone special. He was the one who told them to catch those fish. "Hey, Simon and Andrew! Hey, James and John! Follow me!" Jesus called to them. "Let's catch people instead of fish." Splash! The two sets of brothers dropped their nets into the sea. They were not fishermen anymore. Now they were disciples. Now they would follow Jesus.
Imagine if you had just had a long day out trying to catch fish and you hadn't caught a single one, and then some person comes and jumps in your boat and tells you, "Go on, push me off into the water a little bit more," and then tells you to go ahead and try and catch more fish. And you'd be like, "Dude, we didn't catch any fish the first time. Why would we catch fish now?" But they have faith in Jesus that there's got to be something to this man. They hear him teaching all of the people on the shore, and so they decide to see if they can catch any fish. And they catch the most fish they've ever seen! It's an incredible amount of fish. They have to get another boat to put all the fish in. And then Jesus tells them, "Listen, you're not just going to keep catching fish. You're going to come with me and catch people." We said earlier, catching people, it's not like grabbing them and not letting them go. It's catching their hearts. Has anything ever caught your attention? Maybe you're out walking and you see a beautiful flower, or you see the cutest dog you've ever seen in your life.
Well, that would be me. Lots of people see me out on the walk, so they probably saw me somewhere. Yeah, probably, buddy. You're probably right.
When that person or that thing or that dog caught your attention, what was it about it that made you stop and say, "Whoa, did you see that?" Or, "Whoa, I gotta stop and take a better look at that." Why don't you pause the video right now and talk to whoever you're watching with about a time where something caught your attention, where you had to stop and look at it again, or take a closer look, or tell somebody about it and say, "Hey, look at this." Pause the video and talk about the last time you had to do that. For me, I think it was this beautiful foliage I saw in a tree during the fall. I was taking Buddy for a walk and we were walking underneath this beautiful tree, and so I had to stop and take a picture of it because the leaves were just so pretty. Here, I'll show you the picture. I had to stop and just marvel at how beautiful God's creation is. That little piece of God's creation caught my spirit in that moment. And Jesus is telling these new disciples, these new people who have just seen all of the crazy, beautiful things that Jesus could get to come up into their nets, and he says, "You're going to go out and catch people's spirits. You're going to lead people back to me. You're going to make people realize just how wonderful and full of life God's creation is." There's lots of ways that we can do that. It doesn't mean that we all have to stop everything we're doing and go out and just stop and talk to every single person we meet. It's more the little things that we can do in our lives to help people feel like they are part of this beautiful world that God has created. So what could you do to catch people's spirits for God? Maybe you could make them feel the love of God by sending them a card if they're a bit sad, or drawing them a beautiful picture. Maybe you could bake them something or cook dinner for them. All of those little things that make them remember that they are part of a community of God, that we are all here together and that we look out for each other. Maybe you could stand up for somebody who is being bullied or who doesn't feel like they have any friends. Each of those kind of actions is a way that you could be a good disciple of Jesus, a way that you could go out and catch people for God. Now, who knows what it might turn out to lead to for those people? That's not really what's important. We don't need to have people have that experience of being caught by God and then, oh, well, that means they have to come to church now. It's just about awakening a sense in somebody's heart that they are a part of a beautiful, wonderful creation, that we are all in this together, and that no matter what, we stick together. And for us, as followers of Jesus, that's because God has told us that we are all God's children. And Jesus wants us to go out and do that by showing love for our neighbors. And our neighbors are not just next door, they are all around the world. Our global neighbors, our global siblings in creation. And by loving our neighbor, we will also be showing them the love of God. Remember, those are the two most important things that Jesus tells us to do. To love God with all our heart and all our soul and all our might, and to love our neighbors. So when you think about going out and catching people, it's not like playing freeze tag where you catch them and then they can't move and they're stuck. It's about catching hold of their heart and helping them see that they are loved and valued and a part of this wonderful creation that God has made. So maybe the next time you think about little fish, you can think about all of the ways that you can help these little fish swim towards a realization that they are loved by God, probably just as much as Buddy loves these fish.
I love all my fish. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go love all my fish. See you next week. Bye-bye.
I'll see you next week. Bye.